Hi, it's Patty. Thanks for joining me today. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'll show you how to make this pretty card here using Stampin' Up! Products. So I'm loving this designer series paper. This is the Peaceful Poppies designer series paper, and it's in our new catalog. It's the mini spring catalog, and if you haven't seen it yet, there's lots of goodness in here. I have some pages held. So it really has some beautiful, and I love the poppies, some beautiful products in here. And I'm also going to use this So Sentimental and Stitched So Sweetly. And this is a bundle if you wanted to get it. So you have these great stitched frames that nest within each other. And then these, which we're going to use today, coordinate with these sentiments. So it's really cool, and it kind of makes the card, I mean, a big sentiment and some pretty designer series paper, and you've got your card pretty well set. I also punched out some holes here and fed ribbon through, and I'll show you how I do that when we get to it. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is stamp my sentiment with Blackberry Bliss. Now, Blackberry Bliss is the color of my cardstock, and it's the color in the designer series paper, and I just love this color, so it's really a good one to have. Sending healing hugs. So, and I think I need to re-ink my pad here, so I'm going to really ink it up good, and I'm just going to eyeball it. You can stamp it first and then cut it out, but I decided I would just cut it out and then stamp it. Sometimes if you get crooked, it's easier to stamp it first and then get the paper lined up. But I'm going to wing it here just to save a little time. And then on this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this punch. And this is one of the new punches. And I thought I had the page for this. And it is called the Label Me Lovely, or Label Me Fancy punch. There's two punches and they coordinate together, and what I like about this one is it gives you a little slot, and that's the part I'm going to use on this. So what you can do is you turn it over, it's locked, you turn it over, you unlock it, and the problem is with this, if you feed it in too far, you're going to cut this part, so you have to be very careful about where you want to cut it. So what I did was I fed it in, and you can mark it with a pencil if you wanted, and then just pull it out and pull it out kind of straight until you can't see that lip anymore. And then I'm going to punch it. Came out pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. But you can, put a pencil here. You kind of want it to line up with these. So I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to feed it all the way in so I can see that it's kind of even side to side. I'm going to try to pull it back as best I can straight, just so you can't see that edge anymore. Because if that edge is in there, it's going to cut it right here. Okay, good enough. And then what we're going to do, what I did on this one, was I fed two different ribbons through. I went back and forth on it. So I have this polka dot. And I kind of went through the polka dot to see if I liked it. And I thought it got lost on the card. So let me just show you what it's going to look like. I just thought you didn't really see it too much. So let me feed it through again. So I decided against this. But I'll show you, what I do to kind of play. I mean, it's pretty, but you're also going to put this on top of it, so you don't see much ribbon. So then I fed it through with this ribbon, and it kind of gave it a background. But I decided on this card, what I think I'm going to do is feed it through with a little strip of Blackberry Bliss paper. So I'm going to feed them through together. I think that would make the most sense. And let me just cut this so we're not working with the spool. And I'll wrap it around so it'll be okay. So let's just feed it through this way. And it gives it kind of a background. And this is like a ½ inch. You could probably go a little bit higher than a ½ inch. So I'm going to just try to feed them through together. Now, I have not done this yet, so you're watching me figure it out as we go. Okay. And the ribbon will be longer than the paper. The paper I cut just so it would go side to side on the card. Okay, let's get this fed through. Maybe I should have fed the paper through first or something, but we'll get it to work. Okay, phew, got it. So I think this will be pretty when you lay it all down. That's my inside. So it just gives it some color behind it. So anyway, let's get this going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little adhesive on the back of this, and just so that it stays down good. I guess I should put it on the back of these too. And we'll lay it down on the card layer, and we'll just put it like about there. Okay, and then I'm going to wrap this around, and actually it's a little bit long. You know what, I did it for the width of the card base, not the layer, so it's a little bit long. I think I'm going to go with it. You could cut it a little bit shorter, like we could let's cut these off. I think it'll make it cleaner. I should have cut it by 4 instead of 4 1/4. But again, I'm winging it. So there we go. So then we're going to take some Scotch tape and just put these down in the back. You can do this however you like. I like to use the Scotch tape lately. Just seems fast and easy. Okay. So how's that look? Okay. And let's put some adhesive on the back of this. This is a quick card, but I just wanted to show you how you could punch those holes in the sides. It's good to play with things and see how they work together. See if you can come up with different ideas on how to use some of the products. Okay, and then this one I'm going to pop up with some dimensionals right over it. So let me get some dimensionals out, a brand new pack. I've been using a lot of these lately. And don't forget, you can use the outside edges, so don't feel like you can only use these little pieces. So I just cut the edges to whatever size I want. I do that a lot. Okay, so let's take the backings off of these. Trying to get this in before the sun goes down. I'm trying to figure out, as the sun moves through the seasons, trying to find the right time to videotape is not always easy. And depending on whether it's cloudy or full sun or whatever. Okay, so there we have that. And then I did put some gems on here, some rhinestones. So I put a big one right in the middle. And then I put the smaller one on either side. And there's even a smaller one if you wanted to put another. But I think these are good. So let's see, one more. So that's the outside. Then on the inside, again, on something like this, I don't put a sentiment. I like to just write my own. So what I did was I took from the painted poppies, I took this one, and I've used this a lot on the inside of cards, and I'm going to just stamp it with the black memento. and put it right down in this corner. And then I'm going to color it. Oops, these things are everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Blackberry ink. I don't have a Blackberry Blackberry Bliss. I don't have the stamping blends for that yet. So, and I didn't want to use the marker because I thought it would be too dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blender pen. So this is a blender pen, and it just you could pick up the ink. I'm going to do it right on a block, and I'm just going to pick up some ink and just color. And this, it colors in, and you can make it lighter or darker, keep adding to it, and just keep picking up color. It's almost like a watercolor look. And you can use watercolor pencils with the blenders. You color and then you use the blender to kind of blend it in. So see, it gets a little bit lighter, but it's nice, right? And then this one I'm going to try to do kind of dark. Put a couple of layers on it. Okay. And then the way to clean this off, let me just get a piece of scrap paper. I don't have any right here. Is you just do this until there's no color left. Now it looks like it's got color on it, but it doesn't. And then you can use this to pick up another color. Now on this one, I already have kind of a palette. This is my old olive. So if you squeeze it, you get a palette, and I already had that here, so I'm going to just pick it up from here. So instead of the block, you can pick it up right from your stamp case, or your ink case, I guess. And I'm just going to pick up a little more, and this almost looks like a watercolor. So if it's not perfect and it goes out the lines, that's okay. And it gets a little bit lighter as we go down. So there we go. So then again you would do this until it's clear. These things are great. I love them. So let's put our inside in, and then the card is complete. Just get some more liquid glue. Oh, and I got a smudge on it. Oh well. You know what? I'll turn this over. So this I will fix and put in. This is where it'll go, just like this one. What I'm going to do, I won't do it on cameras. I'm going to just flip it over and put that same inside in. Okay, so those are the cards. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care. Bye.